I've got some pretty big news about Flagler County in Florida and really Daytona Beach and that whole area, which isn't far from me at all. In fact, I just sold my house in Daytona Beach. I used to live there. A lot of my friends are living there right now. And I saw an attorney shared a new document today in a Facebook group, and then we came across this post. I think this is groundbreaking news. Just came out. If you come down, you'll see um, effective until April 6th, court proceedings will be limited to those deemed, quote, mission critical. And then it lists the things that are mission critical. If you go down here to the bottom, you see S is mandatory vaccinations proceedings. The thing is there aren't any mandatory vaccinations happening right now, or at least there shouldn't be. The only mandatory vaccination policy we have is for schools, but all the schools are closed until after April 6th. So, what is the reason for them putting this in there? They don't just make up this emergency power grab and then add mandatory vaccinations for no reason. There is no vaccination for the coronavirus. Maybe they're just putting it in there and plan on keeping it in there for a year or two when the vaccine comes out. But yeah, that is troubling. Right above it, also, they have seizure of bodily fluids. What does that mean? Does that mean that they can pull you over and demand to test you? What exactly is this all about? And let's say they pull you over and they do test you and you test positive for coronavirus, then what happens? Can they detain you to quarantine you? Does this sound like anything we've heard before, like Nazi Germany? Where people are like, oh, how did people allow this to go on? Because, supposedly the story is the Jews would go into the camps and they just wouldn't come back. Or they'd go to take a shower and they just didn't come back. Will that be similar to getting pulled over, being forced to take a cotton swab to test for coronavirus, and then being quarantined only to never come back and the government just say, hey, he died from coronavirus? We need to be asking these questions. And let's look at some of what this website for Flagler County has to say. I'll quickly go over this, and I'll, of course, as usual, leave a link in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. But basically they're saying, there's been some double in cases, spreading out 30 of the state's 67 counties, but 9 cases in Volusia and 4 in St. John's, Flagler County. I'm sorry, in St. John's. I don't even know where that is. But it says Flagler County still has not registered a case affecting a resident. Though there's some that maybe, non-county residents, blah, blah, blah. The point is they don't have a single case there. I mean, I understand they're wanting to be safe, but, here we go. You're gonna see. But any sense of normalcy has been diminished rapidly. I'm actually getting ready to upload a video right now about the new normal. This word keeps coming up, and I redid that video. I had to do it 3 times because before I would get it uploaded, I saw more of this normal word, and here we are. It happened again. This local website using normal. But anyway, so check that video out. I'll have it in card at the end of the video or something, maybe in the description. But yeah, like it says, intensifying local measures to stave off the worst while maintaining at least a measure of limited freedoms. At least a little bit of freedom. Yeah. So that's why they followed up with any sense of normalcy has been diminished rapidly. So basically, this is the new normal, as you'll see in the other video. Nationally, public officials are warning of an emergency lasting months, not weeks. This is something also that I picked up on before, that this is actually going to go on much longer than what people think. Maybe the virus might cool down, but the government overreach will surely hang around longer than the virus is causing a problem. That's my prediction. All right, so it says with sobering hints of things to come. The court's new restrictions reveal the potential for extraordinary court-ordered measures in answer to the coronavirus emergency, pointing to the sort of unprecedented role the courts and law enforcement may be taking on in the weeks and months ahead. This whole event is unprecedented, is what it says, which it is. If you go down here, they mention the mandatory vaccination proceedings, the seizure of bodily fluids. Of course, no one knows what that is, so there's no further information about that. But it says the fact that the courts are specifying these powers among the list of proceedings they would carry out if necessary is an indication of the severity of enforcement the justice system and law enforcement are prepared to pursue during the public health emergency. The order can in certain instances be vague enough that latitude given judges may itself be extraordinary, with a timeline for interpreting those judgments forcibly altered by the circumstances and urgency surrounding potential cases. It says it's not clear as yet where such proceedings would take place. So that's a little strange. Are these secret proceedings, due to a national emergency or something? This is just getting eerie. It says the vagueness of that part of the order raises the possibility that such proceedings may take place with little notice or out of public view. The, quote, mission critical, unquote, proceedings also include, of course, numerous more routine proceedings that do go on, such as first appearances and so on. They mention Baker Acts, where certain family law cases where the imminent safety of children is an issue. So what does that mean? If they're pushing a vaccine, you don't want your kid to get it, are they going to separate you from your child and then forcibly vaccinate your child? These are questions that everyone needs to be asking. And yes, this is only in one small area near me, but this is coming soon to an area near you. And especially the people that live here, share this. If you live in the area, share it. Take action. It's a small government, so you can make a lot more happen with a small local government than you can trying to change the federal government. Go in there and ask these questions. It says, there's more to this. I'll just link to it, but the important thing is to look over it yourself, share it, ask opinions. Right now, as far as I know, there's no good explanation for this. It seems like they're laying the groundwork for things that will happen in the future. I don't think this is going away anytime soon. I think this is the new normal. This is the new world order. And quite frankly, it's frightening. If we let them get away with it, they will. So we must take action now, and that means you. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos. I don't know how long it will be before they delete my channel like they did last time, so make sure to subscribe. But even better, go to theawarenessrevolution.com, sign up for my newsletter, so that way even if they shut off social media, we can at least continue to communicate, and together we will help save the world.